Man, we need to talk about this. So I wanted to just jump on here today and talk about this new TV show that I recently got into. It's called Found. It's on NBC, and for what I watched so far, it's really good. Mainly because of the storyline between Gabby and Sir. Just to give you guys a little background, so Gabby is a cop who you know, find missing people. She was kidnapped at the age of 16 by her English teacher, who was also Sir, and he held her captive for about a year. He also kidnapped another girl named Bella, held her captive. They escaped. And then 20 years later, she kidnapped him and now is holding him captive in her basement. This show is so messy. This show was like really like so good to the point where I really be losing my mind because it's just so good. Like I'm really glad that I got into this because I saw it on TikTok and people were saying, "Oh, it's so good," and I had to watch it. And for what I've seen so far, it's like so good. Like Sir was literally grooming Gabby from the moment she came into that school. Like he knew that she liked English, he knew that she liked books, he knew that she liked Shakespeare, and he used all that to groom her to keep her close to him. Like literally the day he kidnapped her, he had it all set up. Like he literally had it planned. Like you can literally tell he planned all of it. Like you could really tell he planned it. Like it's the last day of school and her dad showed up late and he looked at jealous that she rather spent that last day of school with her father than him because in his mind he felt like he was there in all of her moments when it's like you're a teacher, you work there, so you're going to see her presentations and see her score A's or her tests. Like what? Just so delusional. Anyways, he told her there was a special place where he keep like books and stuff like that that she's into and he can take her there, and she was like, yeah, she'll go. She called her dad and told him can they push back dinner for about an hour and so she could look around this old book place. They're looking around, they're looking at books, and then he's getting a little weird, getting a little strange, saying things uncomfortable, saying he has prayed for this day to happen, he wished it didn't happen sooner. And she was like, what are you talking about? She said she wanted to go home, she wanted to meet her dad. And he told her to take out her little binder. She took it out and he saw that the initials that she drew in there said H-E. I think his name is Huge Evans, his real name. Yes, H-E. And he said that he knew that she felt the same way, H-E. H-E, his initials, his name initials. And she was like, that's not your name. She was writing those initials from her best friend Hillary that's sitting next to her in her physics class. And he was like, no, he not crazy. He know that she was in love with him too, and she felt the same way, and she wants to start a family. She tried to escape, and he grabbed her, and that's when he kidnapped her, and everything like that. Held her captive for about a year, and it's just crazy because he literally groomed her from the beginning. It's so crazy to me, so crazy. And then their dynamic is just so great to me. I don't ship it, but this is what I can say. The writers want you to ship them. They want you to ship them. Now, me personally, I will say there are some things that's a little like confusing to me. Now, like for season 2 especially, if there's no connection between her and Sir, why is it that she can imagine him? Right? Like in the last episode that came on, she needed help with the case. And since he was helping her with the cases in season 1, she needed help because she was, you know, writer's block, I guess. She couldn't figure out the case and couldn't figure it out, the clues and whatnot. So she literally imagined him in her office giving her clues, and they're talking and hatching it out about the case. And you could see her in her office talking, and you see her colleagues outside of her office looking at each other confused on who the hell she's talking to. So I feel like that's the writer's way of saying, okay, there might not be something like physical or sexual between her and Sir, but there's definitely something emotional. And I feel like that's saying prudent because why is it that she can imagine him? And It's not the first time she imagined him. In the very first episode of season 2, when he escaped, she imagined him again, him talking to her and him giving her a quote basically saying they're irreceptible. They're gonna always be destined to meet up and to be in each other's lives because since it's been happening, it's just something that's destined. Like them being together is destiny. They're meant to be. They're soulmates. Blase, blase. It's like she can imagine him and can see him in the room when no one else can. So it's like she can talk to what she see and everyone look at her crazy. I think that's just kind of weird that even though they try to tell you there is no connection, yet she could do something and make it an emotional connection. Like he's always in her mind, he's reading her thoughts. She can imagine him when she needs comfort or when she needs someone to confide in. And I just think that's weird because out of anyone in the show she can confide in, why would she need to confide in the man who kidnapped her and held her captive for a year? Like this show is so crazy. Like the writers are really insane. Like they want you to ship Gabi and Sir. Like they really want you to ship them. Like they want you to ship them. And I will say the two leads, they do have chemistry. This show wouldn't work if they didn't, right? No one will ship them or whatever, love their scene as much as they do if there wasn't that chemistry between them because they have it on and off the screen. I've seen what they could do on the show and I see from off the screen they have very very strong like magnetic chemistry to where the scenes they have are just like, ooh, damn, I need to see another one. I need to see more and more and more. For what I've seen in the first season was great, mainly because of their dynamic and their storyline and everything about her kidnapping was so great. Seeing how she was kidnapped and then towards like the middle of the end of the season, seeing how she got kidnapped, all great. They went from the beginning and then they worked their way from the bottom and then worked themselves up to the top. I absolutely love that because it was something completely different. I really fucked with that. I don't know. I just like this show is good from what I've seen. There are a couple nitpicks that I do have that I will go ahead and talk about since I'm on here, might as well. Number one, before I get into you fans who are toxic and ship this and this and that and forward, before I get into that, I just want to talk about this real quick. Season 2. I feel like season 2, they found Lacey way too quick. I feel like there should be no way in hell that Sir has not been caught nor locked up. How? Okay, so check me out, right? Season 1, episode 8. Trent, ugly ass. I literally cannot stand Trent. I hope him and Gabi have no emotional relationship. They got together, they broke up, it didn't work out. Leave it as friends, please. Because they have no chemistry. Like, I feel nothing. There should be no way in hell that someone who kidnapped her, she has more chemistry with him on screen than someone who's supposed to be her potential love interest. Like, are you kidding me? You're shitting me. Stop. Tell me that isn't true, right? Trent had the audacity in season 1 of episode 8 to tell her after 20 years later that Sir was following her after she escaped, right? Because Gabi told the police officers what a farmhouse was the day they escaped, but they said he wasn't there. He fled out. He was gone. So he was basically off the market for 20 years up until she got Devin to find him and lead him out to the farmhouse. Devin thought she killed him, but no, she just, kidnapped him. Pretty much kidnapped him, kept him down there in the basement. But in season 1, episode 8, Trent told Gabi some news that she didn't hear before. Basically some shit that they kept for her because he tried to say he wasn't really sure, but then you come in here and basically you sound very sure what the hell you're talking about. So don't try to do no condescending bullshit. He basically told Gabi that when she escaped from Sir, he basically was following her for 20 years. So when she went to college, he was there. When she was in New Orleans, he was there. He was there wherever she was, he was there. He was following her, keeping track of her following her here, following her there. So whenever she moved to where they are recently located, he followed her there. She told Trent, why the hell did they not tell her this sooner? And he tried to say because they wasn't sure. And all of these were like tip-offs. Like, they had a tip-off that he was here. They had a tip-off that he was there. And they said they wasn't really sure if it was true. And I was like, first of all, I think she had the right to know that her kidnapper basically was keeping track of her 20 years after she escaped. That's very fucking important because she could have had 24/7 all around security. It's one thing to escape from your kidnapper, but for them to keep tracking you 20 years after everything happened, to know where you are, your every move, that shit is scary because it's like, that's no way to live. No one should feel like they can't live because of their trauma or because of what might happen. And I feel like one of the main things I really love about Gabriella's character is that season 1 they very much explained that that's why she hasn't lived. That's why her relationship with Trent didn't work, because she was still allowing her trauma to kind of like control her, not allow her to move on. And I'm not gonna judge her. People deal with their trauma in their own way. Her keeping him down there was her way of experiencing her trauma. For people in the season, all her friends who went through traumatic experiences and doesn't understand that and are judging her because of what she did, I feel like they're all fucked up, because some of them were kidnapped and some of them lost people, and it's just like, she don't judge none of y'all for how y'all cope with y'all trauma. So how the fuck is y'all gonna judge her because of how she coped? That's just not fair. I get what she did might have not been right, but then they acting like she tortured this man. No, she kept him chained up. Fuck, she made sure he ate every day and showered, and she cut his beard and everything. It ain't like she whooped him or this is not a forward. Like, they just like making it seem like something that is not. Like, they just doing way too much for me. Like, everyone is irritating me. Margaret, Devin, Lacey is the only one to me who I feel like has the right to be upset with her, because her and Lacey are very fucking close. And if she's gonna tell anyone that Sir was in the basement, it should have been Lacey, not Devin, not Trent, not Margaret, not Zeke. She should have told Lacey first, so Lacey could be like, keep her head on the swivel, because she knew what they went through together. So I feel like if she's gonna tell anyone that Sir was locked up in the basement, she should have told Lacey first. But because her not telling Lacey and Sir threatening her at the end of the season allowed him to escape and kidnap Lacey for the second time. So I just feel like they found Lacey way too fast. Like, they could have like dragged that for a little bit longer, because now it just got me thinking, what are they going to do now? If Gabi is going to get arrested anytime soon, how long is Sir gonna be on the run? How long is it until we get another him and Gabi face to face? Because in season 2, he already got their passports for them to move to a whole different country and this and that, and it just got me thinking, how is this season gonna end? Like, is he gonna try to kidnap one of her friends and threaten her to come with him? Is he going to kidnap her again? Like, how are they gonna end season 2? Because I feel like they can only do this storyline for so long until people get tired of it, to where they eventually might have to cancel the show, do something where he gets arrested. I'll tell you what, if they kill him off, a lot of people would stop watching. So if it was up to me, don't kill him off. Do not kill him off. Don't kill him off. The best you could do to me is just keep having him running on the road. Maybe arrest him once and he probably can escape. Or the best thing to do is for him to kidnap Gabi again, have them ditch the state, go out of country, and all her friends are going to have to track her down and find her there. Because I feel like we get some really good drama with that. Like, season 2 ending with a big bang, and then season 3 open up with something like really like, ooh, that shit would be great. But those are just my thoughts and concerns for the second season, because I feel like you can only do this shit for a great amount of time until people get tired of it, to where it's like never ending. Like, okay, when it gonna end this? Like, is he ever gonna get arrested? Is he ever gonna have to pay for the shit that he did 20 years ago? Like, you feel me? Like, y'all understand what I'm saying? Because I can't be the only one who feel like if whatever happens in my head doesn't happen, then what the fuck will happen? Y'all feel me? That's just my only thing I have to say about season 2 is that they found Lacey too quick, and I feel like he hasn't been really getting a lot of screen time, which they need to fix like immediately. And I also feel like in this season they're trying to secretly ship him and Gabi, because like I said, it makes no sense for her to imagine him and see him and can listen. She can like feel him in her. It's just weird, like what they do in season 2 with their connections. Like, oh, he can feel her and she can feel him. It's just weird. Like at this point, they just doing a little. They do a little too much to where it's like, are they trying to secretly ship them? Are they trying to secretly make them a relationship and they want us to ship them? Like, I feel like that. And that really started in season 1, because season 1, like I said, they wanted you to ship them, and they really made it hard. Like, they really made it hard for you not to ship them. But I feel like if you ship them, you're toxic, because why would you want a woman to be with her kidnapper? That just don't make sense. Someone who caused her trauma and pain, and one of the reasons why she can't live her life, why would I want her to be with that person? That just don't make sense. Like, do anyone in this world find it that everything that is problematic or that is a big red flag is now romanticized? Like age gap relationships, like teacher-student relationships are romanticized. Kidnapping, Stockholm syndrome, sibling relationships. What else am I thinking of? Pedophilia. All of that is romanticized. Like, it's romantic. Toxic relationships. All of this shit that is problematic is romanticized. And it fucking shouldn't be. None of that shit should be romanticized. It's toxic. It's completely toxic. And you got fans like this. Like, I'm about to read this shit to y'all, because this shit is so crazy to me. I had to go on TikTok to find these comments before I made this video, because I wanted to make sure I put my facts out there that, yes, you fans who ship Gabi and Sir are the reasons why this community think it's okay, why writers for TV shows think it's okay to write these type of relationships, because you fans give them those ideas. I would not be surprised if they made them a relationship, because they look at comments, they look at YouTube and see the edits that people are making with them. They look on TikTok and see the edits that people are making with them, and they get the idea like, ooh, the fans want them a relationship, so should we pull the trigger and make them a relationship? People feed off of that, because that means you're getting great feedback. But I don't think you should dwell into fan service. There should be no reason why in the future of this series of Gabi and Sir being in a romantic relationship, it should not be romantic in any kind of way. None so ever. But let me just read, just listen to this shit. So this girl was doing a review about, season 2, episode 3, about her concerns of saying that, she's like really interested to see how deep they're gonna go with the Gabi and Sir relationship, and see, how much more are we and how much we're gonna get into. And it's the same thing I said, like, how much more are we gonna get into it? Like, how deep is this gonna go? And her saying that she feel like Sir is jealous of Gabi's relationship with Trent. I also think he's jealous too. I think in season 1, when they did the episode where Trent came over there to talk, and the next morning she needed help with the case, and he asked her, did she sleep with him? His face looked at really jealous, like the idea of another man talking to her, or her being happy or smiley or laughing with another man, or her making love to another man, sets him off to the point where he broke her security camera because he was upset that she didn't give him an answer. This man, in his mind, honestly thinks him and Gabi are soulmates, that they're in a relationship to the point where she can't do any of those things. Like, he's delusional. His brother Christian was right when he said it. You are delusional. He is really delusional. Very delusional. Very delulu. Very, very much so. Very much so. I am, on the other hand, very interested to see how far they could do with this Gabby and Sir relationship, how deep they're gonna go. But I definitely feel like if they want to make it interesting, you need to have Sir either kidnap or kill Trent to really send Gabby a message that he is not fucking around. But they might not have him kill anyone because it's one thing to go to prison for a kidnapping charge, it's another thing to go to prison for a murder charge. But I feel like if they really want to make the fans feel like, oh, he is not fucking around to get Gabby to get Gabby back, they should really have this nigga either kill or kidnap Trent. Because in my eyes, I feel like he is the enemy. Because when he called Gabriella and was like, Trent isn't like, Trent never really cared or loved for her because he never was really there. He cut her out of his life once they broke up. And he asked her, what does Trent mean to her? She said he means absolutely nothing. He said he didn't believe a word she was saying, but he'll just, move past it from now. So I feel like they want to make shit really interesting. Either have him kill or kidnap Trent. That's just how I feel. But a lot of people think that the relationship between Gabby and Sir is like very romantic now that she's older. Someone said they think, especially now that Gabby is an adult, Sir's obsession with her is romantic, as in he wants to be everything to her and her to him. I agree with that. I definitely feel like this isn't really not much of a toxic comment, but more like, I agree with that. I feel like I don't know what the relationship was to them, what it was when she was 16, when she was a teenager. It just came out very creepy and very predator and very weird. He never touched her inappropriately or ever did anything inappropriate with her, but to me, I felt like he was going to wait until she got older for them to do all those things to where, it won't be a problem, like if they had sex, if they kissed, or any of those things, to where now his obsession then grew even larger because now she is older and he wants to have everything with her and only her. He honestly, like I said thousands of times, he truly believes him and Gabriella are soulmates, that they're destined to be together, because for some reason they're always brought back together. I just don't know. Like I said, y'all, I personally feel like the writers are trying to make them into a relationship, and they might do it because of fan service, because fans want them to be a relationship. And if you ask me, I don't think so, but I definitely feel like now that Gabby is older, Sir do want all those things. He want everything, and he just wanted to be him or her. No one else getting involved, no one else interfering in their relationship. That's why I said that he should like kidnap or kill people who try to get in their way, because that's what people who are obsessed, right? That's what they do. Stalkers, because that's what he is. He's pretty much a stalker. But that's just how I feel. But this comment right here is why toxicity exists to me. This girl in this comment had the nerve to say that if she was Gabby, she would keep him locked up in the basement. Mainly because he's hot. Are you kidding me? For your argument to say, the words that Sir say isn't toxic, because they definitely are toxic. For him to say he's okay with being kidnapped and being tortured or anything of that sort, as long as he's with Gabriella, is very toxic, because why would you want to be locked up in someone's basement, can't have any freedom just because you're in love with that person and you're a delusional mind? Like, that don't even make sense. And for people to say, it's the writer's fault because they got someone hot to play the role, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, that is such a shitty ass. It don't even make sense. That's toxic. And you see that now in these TV shows and movies. They literally get hot actors to play toxic roles. They do. To where it come off more like, oh shit, damn, I want that to kind of happen to me, than other than it being, that's a problem. You feel me? It's tons of, I'm not even going to go down to the TV shows and movies that where the guy was toxic, but he was attractive. All that toxic shit gotta slide. It slide. It slide and it slide and it slide. Like, no, that's wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do think Mark, who plays Sir, is a very handsome man. He's very attractive. But just because what they say, what they write in his script and the way he delivers it, does not mean it should get a pass because he's attractive. The shit he say is very alarming. It's problematic. It's a problem. It should not be like, oh, we should let it slide because he's hot. And the writers hire someone hot to play the role, therefore they're gonna let it slide. Like, huh? That don't even make sense. So if the guy was ugly, it would be alarming. That don't even make sense. That's stupid. Like, that don't even make sense. Like, who mindset is wired like that? Like, that's just dumb. Like, that's stupid. Then this comment say that if they wanted us to hate him, they should have hired someone that was ugly. Are you kidding me? That don't even make sense. Why does it matter if he's attractive or not? The things he say are very alarming. They're problematic. It doesn't matter if he was attractive. It doesn't matter if he's attractive. It doesn't matter if he wasn't the most attractive. The things he say are very problematic. You fans are the reason why this toxic shit is now a buzz, and it shouldn't be. And I have a huge problem with that. None of this toxic shit should be a buzz. It absolutely should not be a buzz. And you fans who write things like that and think it's okay to say, oh, just because she's hot or he's hot, we're gonna let it slide. Like, no, that's a big ass problem. This relationship or what they're trying to do with Gabi and Sir is problematic. I don't agree with it. I'm not for it. Like I said, I do think the two roles have chemistry, but as far as them becoming something romantic where I see kissing or sex or any of that involved, all that is a big no. I don't ship it, and I absolutely positively do not think it should happen. No way fucking Jose. That's all I gotta say for this video. Their relationship or what the writers are trying to do is problematic. Period. And if I say they become a relationship at the end of season 2 or whatever they try to do, I was right because I know what the writers were trying to do in season 1, and I definitely see it now in season 2. See y'all later.